Day Shift, starring Jamie Foxx, Dave Franco, and Snoop Dogg, is the newest Netflix film that dropped this weekend. It's about when a hardworking dad, out to provide for his daughter, uses a boring pool cleaning job as a front for his real gig, which is hunting and killing vampires. So this is another Netflix film that kind of came out of nowhere, didn't really know it was coming out. Netflix doesn't really love to market their films. But when I did eventually end up seeing the trailer, I wasn't super intrigued by it. I didn't think it looked great. It looked like a pretty generic vampire hunting movie. And while it's not an incredible film, it's not a movie that's gonna be one of my favorites of the year or anything, I had a fun time and enjoyed it much more than I was anticipating. So as always, let's start off with the things that I liked about this movie. So let's start with the performances. Jamie Foxx, love Jamie Foxx. I love his charisma. I love his energy on screen, and he is great here as well. He's Jamie Foxx. He isn't doing anything new here. You've seen him play this type of role a million times, but he gets the job done and he's very entertaining. Dave Franco is Jamie Foxx's like kind of nerdy, timid sidekick in this movie, a character we've also seen a million times before, but he was probably my favorite character in here. He was just like a fun, relatable character and added a level of self-awareness to the movie that I thought was really nice. He's also just hilarious, and his dynamic with Jamie Foxx is just so much fun, and I loved seeing how their relationship developed over the course of the movie. And how could I not talk about Snoop Dogg? Snoop Dogg's in this movie, and he's Snoop Dogg just killing vampires. He's incredible. It's glorious. Watch this movie just for Snoop Dogg alone. I also thought the action here was very well done. This film was done by the production company 8711, which is David Leitch's production company. They're a production company focused on bringing stunt work to the forefront, both in giving it the recognition it deserves and also just delivering on some really great stunt work in their movies. And this one is no different. The stunts are really well choreographed and shot, and it elevates this film above most other Netflix action films that are being put out today. There's a scene in the third act in particular that was just so well thought out and put together that it was just satisfying to watch. I don't know if that's weird, seeing a bunch of vampires being shot, being killed was satisfying to watch, but it was. I also think that this movie does a pretty good job being a vampire movie in that it's not overly cheesy or dumb. Don't get me wrong, there's a certain amount of dumbness that you can't escape being a vampire movie, but there's enough comedy, action, and good character moments in here to make it work. Now, with that being said, let me get into my issues with the movie. And overall, while I do think this movie is entertaining, it's pretty formulaic and forgettable. The plot and screenplay here are very paint by the numbers. We've seen this type of plot before. The central conflict in here is not super compelling. There's a lot about this story that's not very interesting or at all fresh. I also think they could have done a lot more with the characters here as well. They try to establish a relationship between Jamie Foxx's character and his daughter, and I just don't think they did enough with it. They didn't do enough to make us really care about the relationship or be invested into their relationship. The villains here are also super formulaic and forgettable. I couldn't even tell you what their motives were. Seriously, I can't even think of what they were doing in this movie, why they were doing it. I'm blanking. The villains are very formulaic. The villains are not the highlight of this movie at all. And then there's yet another character they try to fit into the story, but her inclusion doesn't ever really fully make sense. So anyways, I just think that the characters could have been written a lot better. So yeah, while it's not an incredibly memorable movie by any means, and it falls short of greatness because of poor writing and characterization, Day Shift is a very fun, popcorn, turn your brain off movie. If you like the vampire subgenre, if you saw the trailer and it looked interesting to you, I would definitely give it a watch, but otherwise, you know what you're getting into. And with that, I'm gonna give Day Shift a 6 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on those bell notification icons so you don't miss any of our uploads here on Crave Network. And hey, follow me over on Twitter and Letterboxd for more of my movie takes over there, and subscribe to my personal channel, Ben Jansen Film, for more movie related content over there. All right, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. See ya.